I become refugee because no peace in Darfur.
When 1991 Somalia had the civil war started, my family and I flee from Somalia to Kenya.
During the war in Bosnia, I was there and I stepped on landmine and it blew away both of my legs.
If I was detained again, my life will be in danger. So I plan to quit the country.
We don't live, we only exist.
They attacked my village at 6 o'clock in the morning, and they killed some of us. And my father, at that time, I wait until the night. I go with my family. I got the shot on my head and on my shoulder. I decided to move to other country. At Niger also I see the same tribe. I have not seen any peace also in Benin. Then I start my moving to Togo, and then I enter to Ghana. Then I spent 10 months on Accra. They sent me to the camp refugee, and they told me that you and your family, you get a resettlement to United States of America. At that time, I feel very happy. Any refugee need peace and need resettlement, and I feel I will get a resettlement to United States. First thing, I think that I will get freedom and liberty and humanity.
We're working with people who have suffered so much, who have been through violence and war, and still have the courage to go forward.
It takes a great deal of courage to leave all that you know, get on a plane, and start a new life. Everyone comes with hopes and dreams and amazing expectations, and then you'd have to deal with the actual realities of life when you land in a foreign country, and they do it amazingly well.
When I first got off the plane in Louisville, it was very scary. It was scary. I mean, it was a big airport, and seeing everybody is white there, it was very scary. Different people, and there were a big group of people waiting for us. It was church sponsors, a lot of people from KRM. And then in the morning, we saw a couple of the Somali people coming to greet us. We were so happy to see them. We were so excited, and we asked them where they lived, and how can we do things. We're only seeing different people here. We don't know who they are, and then those group told us that they are really good people. They're here to help you, and you have to trust them. They're not going to do anything bad. They're always here to help you. That's their job, to help the refugee who come to the United States.
Our mission is to help refugees become self-sufficient in a reasonable period of time. We also want to help them become an integrated part of our community so that they do not remain isolated, but eventually become contributing members to our community. Our first job is to see if we can find a church that's willing to help us and sponsor the refugee family for the first 3 to 4 months that they're here. We will arrange an apartment for the family, have it completely furnished, and have food in the refrigerator so that when they step off the plane, they are welcomed heartily by the Louisville community.
This community has tried to do two things. One, help people settle, but also at the same time to celebrate the richness, the cultural diversity that's brought to this community.
It's a good location for employment. It's a good place to raise families. It's safe. It's affordable. And the Kentuckians are a welcoming people.
I think we learned early on that the best way to serve this particular population, because of the trauma and the violence that they have seen in their past, has been to provide comprehensive services in one location. This includes applying for Social Security cards and other temporary social services. We will register all of the children in school, at which point parents can begin concentrating on their first job, which is attending English as a second language class. This leads us to employment services, which begin with pre-employment interviews, World of Work orientations, and follow-through with job applications, transportation, translation services, and follow-up with employers.
There are cultural orientations on Wednesdays where we have people come in from the community to speak with them about Louisville, people from the fire department, police department, banks, the mayor's office. We have social workers come in and talk, so each week is different. Also then we have World of Work, where the job developers run a 4-week session of talking about working in America because it's so different than anywhere else in the world.
This goes on for 90 to 120 days, at which point most refugees between the ages of 18 and 65 are employed. A lot of our employers are so impressed with the refugees that go to work for them. They are extremely motivated and hard workers, and they set a pretty high standard sometimes for the other employees.
Coming to United States alone was a life-changing experience for me, with the attention and the care of medical facilities and also care from Carol in particular, and Kentucky Refugee Ministries. You know, I was able to set my goals then and try to achieve my goals. When I did my assessment at Vocational Rehabilitation Center, you know, they decided it's worth investing in my education. Like I graduated from University of Louisville, and then I wanted to contribute back to the community. That was always my goal, helping people.
The federal government provides $425 for us to resettle each refugee. However, that funding does not address all of the responsibilities we feel we have. These federal dollars provide a small part of what is needed to fully assist refugees who come to our community. While the core of our services is employment, there are many other issues that must be addressed in order for these individuals to succeed. This is where private funding becomes so crucial. Those funds allow us to provide financial literacy, job training, legal services, and youth programs that are key for the refugees' integration into our community. In return, our community becomes a community that's inclusive, that embraces people of other cultures who have so much to offer, and our community is enriched.
This is the greatest place, you know, for an immigrant to come, for a refugee to come and live, because it's really amazing how people are welcoming and how much this community has developed, you know, to help and accommodate, you know, different refugees.
Whether you are acting as a church sponsor or a person who's in a position to write a check, or perhaps to help run some errands or set up a position for a refugee, or maybe even offer a job. I think those are all real world examples of how you can really make a positive difference.
KRM is doing a very good job for the refugees. So I call everybody to help or to support KRM to enable them to support the refugees in the world.
I think they are like my family for me.
Here very nice, very friendly, and always help if you needed help.
Now I'm volunteering as an interpreter.
And I decided to just study social worker, international study, to just work with refugees who really needed the help that they can get.
Basically, I was newly born here.
I hope that in future I also can give help for other refugees and for other human beings.